Shadows of the past. The lush greenery of Devereux Manor's gardens whispered tales of long-held secrets as Detective Emily Clark stepped out of her car. The picturesque setting belied the tension thick in the air, mingling with the fragrant scent of blooming roses. As Emily approached the grand entrance of the manor, she felt a chill run down her spine. The imposing structure loomed before her, its ancient stones whispering of centuries-old mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Pushing open the ornate doors, Emily entered the foyer, where she was greeted by the stern-faced butler, Winston. His eyes held a glint of suspicion as he ushered her into the opulent drawing room where the Devereux family awaited her arrival. Reginald Devereux, the patriarch, sat at the head of the room, a steely gaze fixed on Emily as she approached. Lady Isabella Devereux, elegant yet guarded, sat beside him, her fingers tapping nervously on the arm of her chair. William Devereux, the younger brother, stood by the window, his features etched with a mix of concern and defiance. And in the corner, Charlotte Devereux, Alexander's fiancée, gazed out the window with tear-stained eyes. Emily cleared her throat, her voice cutting through the tense silence like a blade. "I'm Detective Emily Clark, here to investigate the disappearance of Alexander Devereux." At the mention of Alexander's name, Lady Isabella let out a soft moan, her eyes brimming with unshed tears. Reginald's jaw tightened, his fingers drumming on the armrest of his chair. "The authorities have been notified." Detective Reginald's voice was as cold as ice, every word measured and controlled. "We expect you to conduct your investigation discreetly and with utmost diligence." Emily nodded, her eyes darting between the family members, each one radiating a mix of grief, suspicion, and hidden agendas. She knew unraveling the mystery of Alexander's disappearance would be no easy task, but determination burned bright in her eyes as she vowed to uncover the truth hidden within the shadows of Devereux Manor. As Detective Emily Clark delved deeper into the investigation of Alexander Devereux's disappearance, she found herself drawn into a labyrinth of secrets and lies that permeated every corner of Devereux Manor. The sprawling grounds whispered of hidden truths, and Emily knew she was treading on dangerous ground. Her first stop was the library, a cavernous room lined with shelves of ancient tomes and leather-bound volumes. Nigel Hawthorne, the Devereux family lawyer, awaited her amidst the dust motes floating in the filtered sunlight. "Detective Clark, a pleasure to see you." Nigel's voice was smooth, his eyes sharp as they appraised her. "I trust you'll conduct your investigation with the utmost discretion." Emily returned the lawyer's gaze, her own eyes unwavering. "I intend to uncover the truth, Mr. Hawthorne, no matter where it leads." Nigel's smile was like the edge of a dagger, betraying a hint of amusement. "Of course, Detective. The truth can be a slippery thing, especially in matters concerning the Devereux family." As they spoke, Emily's keen gaze caught a flicker of movement in the shadows, a figure darting out of sight. Curiosity piqued, she excused herself from Nigel's presence and followed the phantom presence through the maze-like corridors of the manor. She found herself in a dimly lit hallway, the walls adorned with ancestral portraits and flickering candle sconces casting dancing shadows. A door creaked open at the end of the hall, and Emily quickened her pace, determined to uncover the mysterious figure. Pushing the door open, she entered a chamber bathed in golden light, the air heavy with the scent of incense. Before her stood a figure cloaked in shadows, their features obscured. "Who are you?" Emily's voice echoed through the room, her hand inching towards her holster. A low chuckle filled the air, sending shivers down Emily's spine. Curiosity killed the cat, Detective. The figure's voice was a melodic hum, sending a shiver down Emily's spine. The shadows parted, revealing a young woman with piercing eyes and a knowing smirk. "I am Lillian, a servant of the Devereaux family," she spoke with a hint of mischief in her voice. Emily studied the woman before her, sensing a hidden depth beneath the facade of servitude. "What do you know about Alexander Devereaux's disappearance, Lillian?" Lillian's smirk faded, replaced by a look of genuine concern. "There are whispers in the shadows, detective, secrets that the walls of this manor hold close. Beware whom you trust, for darkness lurks in every corner." Before Emily could press further, Lillian vanished into the shadows, leaving behind a lingering sense of unease. She knew she had stumbled upon a thread of truth, a whisper in the darkness that could unravel the tangled web of deceit surrounding the Devereaux family. Returning to the drawing room where the family awaited her, Emily found the tension thicker than before. Reginald's gaze bore into her, calculating and sharp, while Lady Isabella's eyes held a haunted glimmer. "I trust your investigation is progressing satisfactorily." Detective Reginald's voice was like ice, each word a measured threat. "I have uncovered new leads, Mr. Devereaux," Emily replied, her voice steady despite the weight of the room's gaze upon her. William stepped forward, his voice tinged with a hint of desperation. "Please, detective, find my brother. The family needs closure." Charlotte's hand reached out to grasp Emily's, her eyes pleading for solace in the midst of turmoil. "Alexander is out there, I know it. Please bring him home." As the echoes of their voices faded into the hush of the room, Emily felt the weight of their expectations pressing down upon her. The mystery of Alexander Devereaux's disappearance loomed large, a shadow cast over the once glamorous facade of Devereaux Manor. With resolve burning bright in her eyes, Emily vowed to unearth the truth, no matter the cost. The shadows whispered of hidden truths waiting to be revealed, and she would not rest until justice was served and light was shed upon the murky depths of deception that plagued the Devereaux family. As the moon cast its silvery glow over Devereaux Manor, Detective Emily Clark found herself poring over old records in the dimly lit study. The flickering candlelight danced across the pages, illuminating the faded ink of the Devereaux family's intricate history. Each line of text held a piece of the puzzle, a thread waiting to be unraveled. A soft knock on the door drew her attention, and Lady Isabella Devereaux entered the study with cautious steps, her demeanor veiled in a quiet dignity. Detective Clark. Isabella's voice held a trace of weariness as she approached. "Forgive me for intruding, but I thought you might find these old family records of use." She offered a leather-bound tome to Emily, who accepted it with a nod of gratitude. "Thank you, Lady Isabella. Your assistance is much appreciated." Alexander was always drawn to these records. Isabella spoke softly, a hint of melancholy in her eyes. "He believed the past held clues to our family's future." As she turned to leave, Emily's voice cut through the air, gentle yet probing. "Is there anything you wish to share about Alexander? Any detail, no matter how small, could aid in the investigation?" Isabella hesitated, her fingers grazing the edge of the doorframe. "There are whispers of a secret chamber within the manor, a place Alexander held dear. It's said that the heir's legacy lies within its walls, waiting to be uncovered." Emily's gaze met Isabella's, a spark of intrigue kindling within her eyes. "The heir's legacy. I will look into it. Thank you, Lady Isabella." When the door closed behind Isabella, Emily turned her attention back to the family records, her mind abuzz with newfound possibilities. Could this secret chamber hold the key to Alexander's disappearance, or was it merely a fragment of lore steeped in the family's history? The following morning, Emily ventured into the depths of Devereaux Manor, following the labyrinthine hallways in search of this fabled secret chamber. The air grew colder as she delved deeper, the musty scent of age clinging to the stones and tapestries that lined her path. Finally, she chanced upon a forgotten corridor, its walls adorned with faded murals and symbols of an era long past. At the end of the passage, a door stood silent and unassuming, its wood weathered with age. With a deep breath, she pushed it open, revealing a chamber cloaked in shadows. In the heart of the chamber, a pedestal stood tall, a shaft of moonlight illuminating a worn family crest etched into its surface. Emily's steps echoed through the chamber as she approached, the soft hum of her breath mingling with the ancient whispers that filled the air. Inspecting the pedestal, she noticed an ornate keyhole at its base, its design matching the intricate patterns of the room. The mystery enveloped her with an ethereal embrace, and she felt the weight of the Devereaux family's legacy pressing upon her. Taking a step back, a thought blossomed in Emily's mind. She retrieved the old family records Isabella had provided and began to pore over them once more, her eyes scanning the pages for any mention of this secret chamber and its implications. As the day waned into evening, Emily found herself immersed in the study of ancient texts and scrolls. It was during this pursuit of knowledge that Nigel Hawthorne made an unexpected visit to the library, his presence casting a long shadow across the room. Detective Clerk Nigel's refined tone bore a note of warning, his piercing gaze fixed upon her. "I trust you respect the sanctity of the Devereaux family's history." Emily met his gaze with steely resolve. "I am committed to uncovering the truth, Mr. Hawthorne, no matter where it leads. The legacy of the heirs may hold the answers I seek." Nigel's lips curved into a sardonic smile. "The Devereaux legacy is a complex tapestry, detective. Some threads are best left undisturbed." As Nigel left the library, a flicker of doubt gnawed at the edges of Emily's thoughts. She knew the task at hand was fraught with danger, yet she could not ignore the pool of the mystery that entwined itself with the fabric of the Devereaux family's history. With the night settling in, Emily's gaze fell upon the key she had acquired from Lady Isabella earlier that day, a key she suspected might unlock the secrets hidden within the heart of the secret chamber. The weight of its brass form felt significant in her palm, as if it held the last vestiges of truth waiting to be unfurled. As the candlelight waned, Emily made a silent vow to pursue the heir's legacy and unearth the secrets intertwined with the disappearing. The morning sun cast a warm glow through the stained glass windows of Devereaux Manor, illuminating the grandeur of the estate. Detective Emily Clark found herself in the sprawling gardens, the scent of blooming roses mingling with the whispers of ancient secrets. Charlotte Devereaux, clad in a gown befitting the grandeur of the manor, joined Emily in the rose garden. Her eyes held the weight of uncertainty, and her voice quivered as she spoke. "Detective Clark, please, tell me you've found some lead, some tangible hope of finding Alexander." Emily's gaze softened as she regarded Charlotte. "I've been delving into the family history, and I've stumbled upon mentions of a secret chamber. It's said to hold the heir's legacy. Perhaps Alexander sought solace there." Charlotte's eyes widened with a glimmer of newfound hope. The secret chamber. If anyone knew of its existence, it'd be Nigel. He knows every corner of this manor. As if summoned by their words, Nigel Hawthorne appeared amidst the lush foliage, his steps purposeful as he approached them. "Detective Clark, Miss Devereaux." Nigel's voice dripped with practiced charm. "What brings you to the garden this morning?" "We seek your insight, Mr. Hawthorne," Emily said, her tone unwavering. "Our investigation has led us to the whispers of a secret chamber. Do you have knowledge of such a place?" Nigel's facade of composure faltered for a moment before he regained his polished exterior. Secret chamber. The notions of folklore and superstition often permeate through the fabric of history. But, if it does exist, it would be best left untouched. Charlotte's gaze turned to Emily, a glint of hope in her eyes. Emily, please. If there's a chance Alexander sought refuge there, we must investigate. Emily nodded, her resolve solidifying. I will seek this chamber, with or without Nigel's approval. As Nigel retreated back into the manor, Emily and Charlotte ventured deeper into the estate, their footsteps echoing through the hallways steeped in history and mystery. As they approached a corridor etched with the passage of time, a faint draught carried the sound of hushed whispers and the echo of secrets. Arriving at a door concealed behind a tapestry, Emily produced the key Lady Isabella had entrusted to her. With a deep breath, she turned the key in the ancient lock, its gears groaning with the weight of untold secrets. The door creaked open to reveal the secret chamber, bathed in a melancholic light that filtered through stained glass. Dust motes danced in the ephemeral glow, and the air hummed with an aura of the past. Charlotte's breath hitched as she beheld the chamber, her eyes alight with trepidation and anticipation. This place, it's as if time stands still. Charlotte's voice quivered with reverence. Emily's gaze swept the chamber, taking in the relics of the past that adorned the space. One item, in particular, caught her attention, a weathered chest bound with iron, its surface intricately carved with symbols and patterns of an age long forgotten. With careful hands, she unlocked the chest to reveal a collection of aging tomes, faded manuscripts, and artifacts that spoke of a lineage steeped in enigma and legacy. As her fingers grazed the pages of an ancient manuscript, a phrase caught her eye, its script penned in an elegant hand, *the heir's legacy. There's something here, something significant, Emily murmured, her eyes alight with the discovery. This chamber holds more than just relics, it harbors the stories of the heirs, written in the language of time itself. Charlotte's gaze softened with fleeting hope. Alexander was drawn to this chamber, to the legacy of his family. There must be a clue that leads to his disappearance. With a newfound sense of purpose, Emily and Charlotte delved into the preserved records within the chamber, unraveling the tales of the Devereux lineage, each page a whisper of the past that cast a veil of mystery over the present. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Emily's eyes fell upon a faded manuscript, its pages inscribed with a cryptic passage. As she deciphered the arcane symbols, a sudden knock at the chamber's entrance startled her out of her reverie. Detective Clark, Miss Devereux. Nigel's voice, laced with urgency, echoed through the chamber. I must insist that you cease this endeavor at once. Before Emily could respond, the sound of discordant murmurs resonated through the air, disrupting the chamber's newfound tranquility. As the trio emerged from the secret chamber, they were met with a scene of turmoil. The Devereux family, their expressions rife with unease and suppressed tension, gathered in the grand foyer. Reginald Devereux's voice reverberated through the grand hall, his countenance a mask of unyielding authority. This investigation has gone too far, Detective. It's time you accepted that some things are better left buried in the shadows. The chamber echoed with a heavy silence, a tableau frozen in time, a web of deception unraveling under the weight of truths long withheld. As the echoes of the Devereux family's turmoil faded into the hush of the night, Emily knew that the investigation had taken on a new dimension. The secrets entwined within the manor's walls were closer to surfacing than ever before, and she was determined to follow this labyrinth of whispers to its core, no matter the obstacles that lay ahead. In the wake of the discord that had unsettled the grand foyer, Detective Emily Clark sought solace in the quiet solitude of the study. The pale moonlight spilled through the French windows, casting an ethereal glow upon the room. Her thoughts raced like a tempest, and the cryptic passage from the ancient manuscript continued to weave whispers in her mind. Her musings were interrupted by a soft knock at the study door, and Lady Isabella Devereux entered, her presence ephemeral against the moonlit backdrop. "Detective Clark, I must apologize for the turmoil earlier. The family's adversities often overshadow reason." Isabella's voice held a note of sincerity as she approached. "I understand, Lady Isabella. It's clear that the Devereux family history holds more than what meets the eye," Emily replied, her eyes reflective of the chamber's enigmatic tales. Isabella's gaze met Emily's, a glimmer of desperation clouding her features. "There are truths that lie dormant within these walls, truths that have the power to either redeem or condemn us. I believe you hold the key to unraveling our mysteries, and for that, I am eternally grateful." A weighty silence draped over their shared understanding. Emily knew that the labyrinth of Devereux Manor held a tapestry of secrets waiting to be unveiled, each thread woven with the legacy of its heirs and the intricacies of family ties. Before she could continue, the study's door creaked open, and William Devereux stepped into the room, his presence a juxtaposition of restraint and fervor. "Detective, I seek your assistance." William's voice held a plea as his eyes fixated on Emily. "There's something you must see." With a nod, Emily followed William as he led her to a concealed alcove, hidden behind a velvet tapestry, an alcove that seemed to harbor the echoes of untold stories. As they stepped into the dim space, William's hand brushed against an ornate panel, and with a soft click, it revealed a relic concealed from prying eyes. "What is this place?" Emily inquired, her eyes scanning the chamber adorned with artifacts of a forgotten era. "This is a fragment of our family's legacy, a place that bears the weight of our truths and our contradictions." William spoke with a mixture of reverence and uncertainty. "These relics hold the tales that have been shrouded in silence for generations." Emily's gaze lingered on an ancient tome, its leather worn with the passage of time. As she pored over its pages, the cryptic passage from the secret chamber echoed within her thoughts, interwoven with the enigma of the manuscript's contents. The weight of the moment lay heavy upon them, a tangible reminder of the burden that the Devereux family history bore. The echoes of the past seemed to reverberate through the chamber, whispering forgotten melodies and secrets yet to be unfurled. Before they could delve deeper into the relics, a resounding commotion echoed through the manor, drawing their attention back to the heart of the estate. As Emily and William emerged from the alcove, they witnessed a confrontation unfolding in the grand foyer. "I will not allow this investigation to proceed any further." Reginald Devereux's voice reverberated through the hall, his countenance a facade of unwavering authority. Emily's gaze met William's, and she sensed a surge of resolution in his eyes, a defiance against the entrenched walls of silence that had long constrained him. Undeterred, Emily approached Reginald, her voice unwavering. "The truth cannot remain buried, Mr. Devereux. The legacy of the heirs and the mystery of Alexander's disappearance are intertwined, and I will pursue the unraveling of both no matter the obstacles." Reginald's steely gaze bore into hers, his words a chilling whisper. "Some secrets are best left undisturbed, detective. Engage further in this pursuit, and you shall bring ruin upon yourself." As the confrontation reached an impasse, Charlotte Devereux stepped forward, her voice trembling with fervent resolve. "Alexander's absence casts a pall over the family, and we cannot continue to conceal the truth. I implore you, allow the investigation to unfold." The echoes of discord lingered in the stately hall, a testament to the strife that lay veiled beneath the facade of grandeur. In the hush of the night, Emily retreated to the solitude of her chambers, the cryptic passage from the ancient manuscript etched in her thoughts, intertwining with the unspoken anguish that permeated the Devereux family's legacy. The weight of the heir's past and the chamber's mysteries pressed upon her, each enigma a thread waiting to be untangled. As she grappled with the labyrinth of secrets that shrouded the manor, Emily knew that the path to uprooting the truth would be fraught with peril. And yet, she was resolute in her pursuit, determined to unravel the threads of deception that enshrouded the Devereux legacy, no matter the cost that lay ahead. Amidst the ebb and flow of twilight, Detective Emily Clark found herself drawn to the silent expanse of the library, seeking refuge in the whispers of knowledge that lined the ancient shelves. The scent of aged parchment and leather bound her to the realm of the past, melding the echoes of forgotten tales with the enigma that pervaded the Devereux manor. In the hushed embrace of the moonlit chamber, Nigel Hawthorne stood with a presence that bespoke intent and calculation. His gaze met Emily's, its keen shards betraying concealed layers beneath the veneer of practiced composure. "Detective Clark, I trust that our paths have crossed under the gravitas of a shared enigma." Nigel's voice coiled through the air, a subtle undertone of concealed urgency pervading his words. "I believe we have both been strung into the web of the Devereux legacy, Mr. Hawthorne." Emily's words held an undercurrent of resolve as she met his gaze. As they stood entwined in the soiree of secrets that enveloped the manor, Lady Isabella Devereux materialized at the threshold, her presence a pall of hidden sorrow and whispered tensions. "Detective, Mr. Hawthorne, forgive me for interjecting." Isabella's words bore the weight of veiled despair as she addressed them. "There are depths to the Devereux legacy that have remained ensconced within these walls, untold and unspoken." Nigel's eyes shimmered with a depth of contemplation, veiled as if cloaked in shadows. "The tapestry of the Devereux history holds secrets that have been interwoven for generations, Lady Isabella. The threads of truth and deceit entwine within its fabric." Heartened by their shared clandestine pursuit, Emily, Nigel, and Isabella convened in the labyrinthine study, surrounded by the weight of bound tomes and ancient manuscripts that harbored the history and mystery of the Devereux lineage. Isabella's delicate hands traced the bindings of the old family records, a symphony of echoes from a bygone era, as she spoke of the tapestry woven from the enigma of the heirs. "It is said that Alexander held a passionate fervor for deciphering the tapestry of our history, seeking the truths that have eluded us." Isabella's voice bore the tremors of introspection. "The threads of the past and present converge in a manner that hints at an unspoken legacy, perhaps the key to the enigma that binds Alexander's disappearance." Nigel's gaze glistened with a sense of purpose, his words a dance with tendrils of revelation. "The tapestry, a tableau of threads that entwine in the fabric of our legacy, concealing the echoes of the past and the specters of the present." Emily's mind was ablaze with the possibilities that encircled their meeting, a tapestry concealing the secrets that tethered the Devereux legacy to the enigma of Alexander's disappearance, an enigmatic chronicle waiting to be unfurled. The convergence of their thoughts was disrupted by a tremor that resonated through the manor, a presence that whispered of hidden turmoil sequestered within the grand halls. All at once, the chamber was enveloped in the silhouettes of Reginald and William Devereux, their visages etched with resolve and unspoken trepidation that cast shadows upon the enclave. "Detective Clark, Nigel." Isabella. Reginald's voice carried the weight of command as he addressed them, the tremors of his words echoing with a silent gravitas. "The pursuit of the tapestry's threads is an endeavor that veers into treacherous territory, and the secrets interwoven within the legacy must remain shrouded from prying eyes." Emily's countenance held an unyielding resolve, her voice reverberating through the chamber with an oath etched in steel. The tapestry and its secrets bear a semblance of the truth we seek. The knowledge that lies entangled within its threads is essential to unraveling the enigma that shadows the Devereux legacy. As the echoes of their shared discourse simmered in the hush of the study, William's voice resonated through the chamber, bearing a plea that resonated with the fervor of a turbulent tide. We cannot continue to conceal the secrets that have been hidden within the tapestry of our lineage. William's words bore the weight of renewal as he met their gazes, the tremor of his voice echoing with the call for unburdening the enigma that had long shackled the Devereux family. In the flickering candlelight that adorned the study, a vow simmered within the recesses of their shared understanding, a resolve to pursue the threads of the tapestry, to unweave the enigma and uncover the hidden truths that echoed through the Devereux legacy. As the echoes of their shared pursuit lingered in the moonlit study, Emily knew that the unraveling of the tapestry's secrets held the promise of unmasking the enigma that bound the Devereux lineage, an oath that would lead them through the labyrinth of clandestine truths and hidden echoes waiting to be unfurled. As dusk descended upon Devereux Manor, Detective Emily Clark's footsteps echoed through the cavernous corridors. In the solitude of the manor's heart, her thoughts were enshrouded with the enigma that clung to the Devereux legacy. Clutching the key entrusted to her by Lady Isabella, Emily ventured into the labyrinthine passages, guided by the whispers of ancient secrets awaiting revelation. As she reached the secluded alcove where the secret chamber resided, the air seemed to hum with resonance and anticipation. With a steady hand, she unlocked the chamber door, the veil of darkness parting to reveal the silent expanse within. The room pulsed with an ethereal aura, casting elongated shadows that danced with the flickering candlelight. The air was heavy with the scent of age, carrying within it a sense of mystique that bespoke the weight of centuries-old secrets. As Emily's gaze swept over the tapestries that adorned the chamber's walls, the brunt of an ancient mystery bore down upon her. The enigmatic resonance of the room seemed to echo the past, weaving a tale of deceit and disclosure within its very fabric. In the midst of her contemplation, a presence emerged from the shadows, a figure cloaked in the sheen of secrecy. Emily's hand instinctively moved to her holster, ready to confront the unexpected visitor. Detective Clark, there is a weightiness in the air that speaks of unspoken threads waiting to be unraveled, the figure stated, a voice both enigmatic and familiar. As the figure emerged from the hues of shadow and light, Emily recognized the countenance of William Devereux, his eyes alight with the glimmer of fervent resolve. "William, what brings you to this chamber of enigma?" Emily inquired, her voice a ripple through the chamber's hush. "The tapestry holds the weight of ages, the threads of deception and revelation entwined within its fabric." William's words bore the tremors of introspection. "The secrets that lie dormant within its folds may hold the answers to the shadows that linger in our midst." The palpable weight of the moment was disrupted by a dissonant rumble that reverberated through the chamber, the clamor of discord echoing through its time-worn expanse. Emily and William hastened to the manor's grand hall, where a scene of tumult awaited them. Reginald Devereux stood amidst the familiar assemblage, his countenance a veneer of stoicism that veiled a core wrought with unspoken tumult. The sensation of strife lingered thick in the air, a palpable discord that was etched within the furrows of his brow. Detective Clark, Nigel Hawthorne, and Lady Isabella. Reginald's voice resonated through the chamber, bearing the weight of restraint that bordered upon veiled warning. "The pursuit of the tapestry's truths has converged into a venture that defies the boundaries of discretion." Emily's gaze held the fervent resolve that defined her pursuit, her voice echoing through the manor with a resolute oath. "The tapestry and the enigma it embodies are testament to the truth that eludes us, Mr. Devereux. The threads within its fabric hold the key to unraveling the enigma that shadows the Devereux legacy." The dissonance that gripped the grand hall was dispersed by a tremor, as the stately figure of Nigel Hawthorne emerged amidst the familial assemblage, his countenance an amalgamation of practiced charm and concealed urgency. Detective Clark, the tapestry houses the threads of revelation and deceit, the secrets that lie coiled within its fold. Nigel's voice bore the tremors of introspection. It is a palimpsest of the past and the present, an enigma that serves as a testament to the shadows that have long shrouded the Devereux lineage. The chamber echoed with the weight of silence, an unraveling tableau frozen in time, a labyrinth of whispers and enigma that awaited resolution. Before the echoes could subside, the dulcet cadence of Isabella Devereux's voice resonated through the grand hall, carrying within its tremors a whispered plea that bore an urgency poised on the brink of unburdening the hidden tumult. The shadows of deceit have long encroached upon the Devereux legacy, and the enigma that enfolds its lineage merits disclosure. Isabella's words held the weight of a fervent plea. The threads within the tapestry may hold the truths that have long eluded us. With each tremor that reverberated through the grand hall, an oath simmered within their shared understanding, a vow to unravel the secrets that intertwined within the fabric of the tapestry, a resolve to pursue the threads of revelation no matter the obstacles that loomed ahead. But within the resounding echoes of clandestine discord lay the promise of redemption, a promise to unweave the tapestry of shadows and unveil the enigma that had long bound the Devereux lineage. As the night draped its shroud over Devereux Manor, Detective Emily Clark ventured into the labyrinthine passages of the estate, her steps guided by an unwavering resolve. She treaded through the fringes of the moonlit corridors, veiled in a tapestry of whispers and secrets that seemed to entwine with the very fabric of the manor. In the antechamber, a symphony of candlelight cast dancing shadows across the time-worn tapestries, infusing the chamber with an ethereal allure. As Emily traced the threadbare symbols and patterns woven into the fabric, Lady Isabella Devereux joined her, her presence bearing the weight of whispered truths longing to be unfurled. Detective Clark, the veils that encircle the legacy of the Devereux heirs speak of enigmas that have long eluded us. Isabella spoke with a tremor of fervent resolve. The tapestry holds the echoes of secrets that have pervaded the lineage, waiting to be unmasked. Emily's gaze met Isabella's, a glimmer of mutual understanding weaving an unspoken narrative between them, a vow simmering within the hushed chamber, a promise to unravel the ennui of the manor's shadowed history. Before their shared discourse could weave further, the chamber echoed with the dignified presence of William Devereux, the tremors of his countenance resonant with the resolve that spurred his steps. Lady Isabella, Detective Clark, there is a weightiness in the air that harbors the echoes of familial secrets. William spoke with sombre authority, addressing them. The tapestry of deception that weaves through the ages holds the enigma of our legacy, a truth that must emerge from the depths of time. As the echoes of their shared resolve lingered within the chamber, the figure of Nigel Hawthorne emerged, his presence draped in the shroud of mystery that permeated the grand estate. His gaze met theirs, an enigmatic glint simmering within the depths of his eyes. The tapestry holds the whispers of veiled truths, woven within the fabric of the Devereux lineage. Nigel's voice bore the weight of unspoken revelation, casting a semblance of understanding within his countenance. It is a chronicle of deceit and revelation, coiled within the threads of the past and the present. The tableau froze within the chamber, a convergence of shared resolve and the vow to unmask the shadows that enshrouded the manor, an alliance poised on the brink of unraveling the profound enigma that encircled the Devereux legacy. In the hushed refuge of the study, they ventured to the secret chamber, hidden within the furrows of time and the enigma that lay veiled within the manor's heart. Each veiled figure endeavored to unravel the tapestry's enigma within the time-worn chamber, delving into the chronicles of the Devereux lineage and the shadows that enshrouded its history. As their exploration of the tapestry continued, they chanced upon the revelation of an ancient manuscript, its veins etched in the calligraphy of a bygone era. Emily deciphered its enigmatic passages, the lines resonating with the sagas of the Devereux as a chronicle of truths bound within the fabric of time. In the midst of their shared exploration, the manor echoed with the discordant rumble that reverberated through its stately halls, drawing their attention to the heart of the estate. The stifled whispers of familial tumult enveloped the grand hall, and the figures of Reginald and Charlotte Devereux emerged, their countenances infuscated with the enigma that beleaguered the manor. Detective Clerk, Nigel, Isabella. Reginald's voice resonated through the chamber, bearing the weight of restraint that bordered upon veiled warning. The pursuit of the tapestry's threads is an endeavor that veers into treacherous territory, and the secrets interwoven within the legacy must remain shrouded from prying eyes. As the echoes of their discourse reverberated through the grand hall, Charlotte's voice resounded amidst the familial assemblage, carrying within her tremors a whispered plea that bore with it a fervent resolve perched on the brink of disclosure. The shadows that cloak the Devereux legacy hold the echoes of my brother's disappearance, waiting to be unveiled. Charlotte's words held a tremor of unwavering resolve. The time has come to unmask the enigma that has long enshrouded our lineage. Within the resounding echoes of clandestine discord lay the promise of redemption, a promise to unweave the tapestry of shadows and unveil the enigma that had long bound the Devereux lineage. And with that, the shared oath to unravel the secrets that enwreathed within its fabric, a resolve to pursue the threads of revelation, no matter the obstacles that loomed ahead, unfurled. The night lay heavy upon the opulent Devereux Manor, casting long shadows and whispers through its stately chambers. Detective Emily Clark found herself drawn to the ethereal glow of the concealed alcove, where the tapestry of the Devereux legacy awaited, its secrets poised on the brink of revelation. In the embrace of the enigmatic enclave, Emily was joined by Lady Isabella Devereux, her countenance bearing the weight of veiled truths long confined to the annals of the manor. Detective Clark, the tapestry encapsulates the echoes of a legacy steeped in enigma. Isabella's voice trembled with a fervor for unmasking the shadows. The secrets coiled within its threads have borne the weight of ages, their whisperings waiting to be unfurled. Emily's gaze met Isabella's, a silent understanding weaving between them, a promise to unravel the afflictions that enmeshed the Devereux legacy and retrieve the truths that lay encased within its fabric. Before their discourse could encompass further contemplation, Nigel Hawthorne ventured into the alcove. His presence seemed to weave a symphony of shadows and secrecy, the weight of unspoken revelations painting his countenance with resolve. Detective Clark, Lady Isabella, the tapestry harbors the whispers of our lineage, a chronicle of veiled truths waiting to surface. Nigel's words bore the resonant fervor of a chronicler poised on the brink of unmasking the labyrinth of enigma that defined the Devereux legacy. Its threads entwine in the fabric of time, concealable no longer. The trio converged upon the enigmatic tapestry, its faded motifs echoing the veiled echoes of the Devereux lineage. As they combed through the relics and enigmatic tomes that adorned the alcove, the chamber seemed to hum with the resonance of secrets, poised on the brink of emergence. The stately echo of Reginald Devereux reverberated through the manor, drawing them from the alluring recesses into the grand hall. His countenance bore the weight of restrained urgency, the air thick with the resonant murmurs of familial discord crying out for revelation. Detective Clark, I must insist that the pursuit of the tapestry's revelations cease at once. Reginald's voice bore the weight of unyielding command, echoing through the encompassing shadows of the grand hall. Emily held on to her resolution, tethered to the shared pursuit of revealing the secrets that enshrouded the family's legacy. The tapestry holds the whispers of familial truths, Mr. Devereux. Its secrets are entwined within the heart of the manor, demanding emergence from the shadows. As their discourse held an impasse, Charlotte Devereux's resounding plea echoed through the chamber. Her countenance bore the fervent resolve that surged within them all, a commitment to unfurling the shadows that enshrouded the Devereux lineage. The echoes of deception reverberate through the manor, conjoined with the veils that enshroud my brother's disappearance. Charlotte's words held a tremor of unyielding fervor. The time is nigh to render the shadows void and reveal the truths that have long eluded us. The shared resolve within the grand hall was palpable, intertwined within the resounding echoes of clandestine discord, a promise to unravel the shadows and unmask the enigma that bound the Devereux lineage, a resolve to pursue the threads of revelation and echo through the encompassing shadows. In the heart of Devereux Manor, as the moon cast its gentle glow upon the tranquil gardens, Detective Emily Clark's resolve could not be swayed. Amidst the ethereal atmosphere, she found herself standing before the enigmatic secret chamber, where the echoes of the Devereux legacy lay veiled within its depths. Lady Isabella Devereux's presence joined hers, the weight of truth and trepidation determinedly etched upon her countenance, her gaze an unwavering reflection of shared resolve. The time has come to lay bare the shadows that encircle the Devereux lineage. Isabella's voice echoed with resolute fervor, her words an oath poised on the brink of revelation. The tapestry holds the veiled truths of our past, and the enigma that enshrouds it clamors for emergence. Emily's nod conveyed a shared understanding, tethering her to the mutual pursuit of truth that resonated within the chamber's clandestine depths. Before the shared pursuit could further envelop their discourse, Nigel Hawthorne ventured forth, his countenance a symphony of shadows and secrecy, tethered to the veiled revelations of the enigmatic tapestry. The echoes of the past weave a symphony of shadows, and the tapestry's threads enmesh the secrets that have long eluded us. Nigel's words bore the weight of revelation, poised on the brink of unfurling. The truths hidden within the fabric of time demand unmasking. As their shared discourse simmered within the shadows that enveloped the chamber, a tremor resonated through the manor, a discordant rumble that reverberated through the stately halls. As the trio emerged from the chamber, the form of Reginald Devereux met their gaze, grave and unyielding. Determining the secrets that enshroud the Devereux legacy is an endeavor that delves into forbidden territory. Detective Clark Reginald's voice echoed through the encompassing shadows, bearing the weight of subduing. Unraveling the tapestry's enigma demands prudence and discretion. Emily's resolve held firm despite the veils of restraint and discord. The tapestry enfolds truths that demand emergence from the shadows, Mr. Devereux, she conveyed, her gaze an unwavering flame within the surrounding shadows. Within the hush of the manor, Charlotte Devereux's resonant plea echoed through its expanse, emanating the enigmatic fervor that stirred within them. Her unwavering resolve wove a symphony of shared determination and a fervent call for unmasking the shadows that lay enshrouded within their lineage. The echoes of secrecy hold the echoes of my brother's disappearance, echoing through the passages of time, demanding disclosure. Charlotte's words bore the tremor of fervent resolve. The time is nigh for the shadows to be rendered void and our revelations to emerge. As the familial assemblage resonated within the grand hall, a shared resolve swelled within the shadows that enveloped them, an oath to unravel the secrets, unmask the shadows, and reveal the truths that lay veiled within the enigmatic manor. Through the secluded alcove, Emily, Isabella, and Nigel recommenced their endeavor to explore the ancient tapestry, their shared resolve tethering them to the pursuit of unspooling its labyrinthine secrets and unraveling the enigma that persisted within its very fabric. Within the laborious pursuit and unwavering resolve lay the promise of redemption, a commitment to lay bare the shadows and reveal the truths that bore the weight of the Devereux lineage, a resolve to unearth the secrets, poised on the brink of emergence from the hushed expanse.